We have 4 crows here. So if you were drawn to this video, it is because you're meant to find it. There's no accidents that are happening anywhere, actually. It is only the thought about it that makes it seem like something else. We have been taught a lot of things about consciousness. That is simply not true. So there are a lot of concepts in what we like to call the knower, which is the intellect, the one that is supposed to know God's word, but have chosen intellect as a filter to interpret the directions that come straight from God, sort of. Because of this, because of that, then this and that, and this and that. There's all these filters. And that distorts the knower's ability to see reality accurately. And so, this is why this is the first thing, actually. To acknowledge where you're truly at, vibrationally, is so important. Because if you have a fantasy in this knower, whatever it is, it can be that I have to do this because otherwise this happens. It can be something like that. Because that has been an experience from the body, that the body has logged and let you know of. That doesn't mean that you have to continue doing it, my dears. A very classic example is the projection. Whatever you think you're not, you're projecting. Right? Unless you're fully landed in your body, you can't know what energy is actually coming across from you. So it's easy to think lots of different things like, oh, I was offended. Offended just means, yeah, there was something that was poked there that you have an erroneous view on, right? And the same with all of the getting the body. So if you have acknowledged, so that's the first step, just acknowledge where you're at, which with each different topic of your life, really, so that you truly get to see the intricacies of how this works. And my dears, have some patience with this process. You're not going to get it all at once. Take it step by step. That is the reason why we produce them like this in 28-day cycles, because that is a cycle of Gaia. And each day a little bit. It is a very deep and intimate process if you choose to undergo it. We highly recommend that you start with the free the free 28-day consciousness shift. Said it so many times, I feel like, oh, okay. We said it so many times that we forgot what it was. Doesn't make any sense. That's funny. Sometimes the words just trip because we're missing the coconut barometer is going to a little bit too close to zero. It's really important to look after your bodies. A simple thing that this being did before was that he wouldn't allow himself to drink when he was speaking in front of the camera because, oh, how rude. That is a thought construct that produces my behavior in a certain way that is thwarting my natural energy, and I'm catering to something else outside instead of catering to me and the truth of the energy, which is that, oh, I had a thought that I superimposed on this reality that was purely just something I wasn't, like I was just doing it. Yes, because it's the habit of the body. The body has habits of behavior. And you have to inject the antidote. What is the antidote? The antidote is when you look at your reality and you're making actions, what is happening with the body as you're going about your day? Feel. What is going on with your body every single day? When you talk to that person, what happens? What is the conversation really about? And don't get caught in the mind and the stories. Very easy, because most people are operating in that frame of mind to connect to one another from the intellect. But we are inviting you to feel the connection between another and feel what's really going on. Because that is, when you get more embodied, you can read if others are more embodied or not. You can get to that. There are different levels here. This is a levels game. This is the levels of awakening. Awakening to your body's senses, truly. It is truly how your body is meant to be read. But we all know that our society hasn't had all of the right knowledge and have been mostly focused on control, right? By beings that are fearful. And once you truly get that, you're not going to get this all at once. And you have to take it step by step. And life will show you where you're at. What reflections are you seeing? Do you truly want to see? Do you truly want this path? You say love and light, but what is actually going on? You say you're a starseed, but what is actually being expressed through the body? It takes a lot of guts to admit that. This being has been through a lot of that. So much training to look at himself. He always used to think that it was, but it's only my creation, so I'm the one creating all of this. So I'm taking responsibility even for the action of some idiots. That's a little bit too far, right? So it's just, I was caught in, I'm just going to tell you, I was caught in this view of looking at reality like I'm creating everything. So if I'm seeing someone behave in a horrible way, I take responsibility for that. Almost like that's noble. That's completely backwards. That's not how energy works, and it's going to be screwy. And I was caught in that. And I had to start to adjust. to what? A different way of operating, where I actually listen to my body before I make any decisions. I check in with my body, because we can perceive something in the moment, and then when you're embodied, Gaia shows you, because you have learned to master your energy, and so you care about who you let into your space. You don't just let any other idiot into your space if he behaves like an idiot. It's important to be able to distinguish when people are behaving idiotic. We're not judging the soul. The soul is a divine being. But if the soul comes out like an idiot, it's okay for us to come in and go, hey, you are behaving like an idiot. What are you doing? You are the soul, remember? Remember that you created this game for your growth? Remember who you are. Like, you are so much more than all of this stuff. But when it comes to the level of frequency that you're operating in, like, if your body experiences someone poking at it energetically, let's say that this is a very classic and extreme example of what many beings think. If one person is standing here and poking me like this, physically, maybe doing this thing, I can think all I want. Oh yeah, Zen. And then, but I'm being pushed around. I'm still being pushed around. You know? Like, if that is happening, I can't meditate myself out of that. And this is how the energy world works. It's not enough to retreat into your cave and do inner child work and work on your own alignment in solitude, avoiding the world. Right? It's important to see accurately what's going on for the body so that you can do something with it. You, the knower, the masculine, even if you are a woman or a man or a boy or a girl or whatever, all the different conglomerations of genders there are now, or what people are calling themselves, from the knower, right? There's still the truth of the body. We have to know what level of frequency that we're speaking from. That's really important. And mastering this feeling sense takes time. It's been messed with for your entire life. Don't expect this to be an overnight switch that you can just comprehend mentally and just apply the next day. These are a set of small alterations towards the right direction constantly. Eventually, you will get it. The closest thing, if we could inject a switch in your energy field and just flip it, the closest thing, we would do it. The closest thing to that we have done is to create and inspire these Gaia sessions. Gaia stands for Human Energy Internal Alignment Sessions. They are built in a way that they are calibrating the system, giving you a blueprint of different energies that are getting injected that you can listen to correct energy. It has a set point and then it has a destination, which the destination is always as close to the holistic perspective as possible. What is the holistic perspective? The holistic perspective is the perspective where your energy is running smooth through your body. You don't have any oppositional thoughts. You don't have any duality going on internally. And you are just operating your body the way that you are truly as a soul landed here. Feeling safe, secure, landed, expressive of who I truly am and my soul gifts onto the world. So every day you take one little step in the right direction. Now you know sort of what from and where we're heading. We're heading to your unique expression. So if you are highly creative, you are more in touch with this energy, right? So know about energy, know what is energy, and then you make sure that you take care of your body. So if you don't know how to get your body into a state of relaxation, well, if you're a woman, then you know how men has felt in trying to get this relationship to work. I couldn't help myself. Oh, that was funny. I could, but I chose not to. Right? I could, but I chose not to. I always have choice to say something like that or not. And that's where we have to get to, these choice points in our lives. Okay, I can continue to do the same thing, but then hang on a second. Let's look at this. Let's use 28 days to look at this thing. Closer, with the microscope. What is happening here? Oh, I'm giving away my power. So I'm projecting power onto someone, thinking that they should know certain things. And then they're not matching my projections that I think that they should be. We can't argue with truth. You can try and pretend and push things away and project, but you can't argue with the energetic truth. Someone that feels the body and has figured out this, it's like reading a book, right? And that's what it is for us. It is like reading a book. And if you're interested to have your book read, we do offer a free energy read that you can get to if you sign up for the 28-day consciousness shift. And then all the way on the bottom of every email, there is a link to book your free energy reading. So we scan your energy, and then either there are, it's basically a channeled antidote to whatever it is that you need to align to. And this is where you can get some help, because sometimes it's not always so easy to know what flavor do I need to inject here. Sometimes if I need to speak up to someone, how do I inject the right frequency to actually come, like really say it like I mean it, you know? This is where working with Gaia is the key, because she will instigate your body with that feeling so that she will produce a scenario for you so that you get to practice. If you look at it like this and you expect it from Gaia, she will do that for you so that you can practice. That is what this is for. It's a practice ground to learn to master your energy. So if you want to get started mastering your energy, sign up for the 28-day consciousness shift, and we'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao.